Hey guys, good morning. This is Shannon Lynch, your local realtor here in Charlotte, North Carolina, once again. And again, we're coming to you from Giddy just because I love this location. With me is Marvin King from the Equity Exchange. He's one of our preferred lenders. And I just have to show you, this is one of the reasons why I absolutely love the Giddy.
Pretty awesome.
It's just, this is their rooftop terrace. So you have the fireplace and it's just, I don't know, it's just super, super chill and cool and quiet and awesomeness. So, but anyhow, today we wanted to talk with you about, if I can get this propped up correctly, there we go. We wanted to talk about what are the things that affect getting the best interest rate.
Yeah. Well, obviously rates are set like through the all of it, like it's like where we are in the sevens or so right now, so to speak. I'm not quoting rates. There are other things that affect that, but for you to get the best rate possible in that time, your DTI, which is your debt to income ratio, so your gross income and your debts, right? That ratio is going to give you the best option. The less that ratio number is, the better your rate's going to be, because it's less of a risk for a lender. And then also your credit score. So typically a 620 is where we're going to start. There are some programs that allow for 580 or so, but that's going to be a much, much higher rate, right? So
because there's a higher risk to the lender. Right. So, you know.
Unfortunately, are you going to give money to somebody that doesn't have very good spending habits? Unfortunately, we're not, right?
No, so, I mean, that's just showing that you're responsible with your credit.
Correct.
And so, you know, you've got to be paying your bills on time. It's based on your length of your credit history. Yep. It's based on how much credit you have, so how many credit cards you currently have available. It's based on how much of that credit card you're using. So if you have 2 credit cards and one's at 0 balance and one's almost maxed out, that's going to hurt you more than if you have 2 credit cards that are at like, say, a 50% balance and a 50% balance.
And you want to keep your credit, limit our balances on credit around 30% or less.
Absolutely.
That's going to show that you're a smart, you're a credit-worthy person, right? You're smart with your finances. You're able to pay things off. When you're getting over that, it starts to look like you are maybe abusing those things. Credit is
paying on time.
Correct.
Paying every month, paying it off.
Listen, pay on time.
Yeah.
Pay on time. Even if it's just the minimum, pay on time. That is so important. I've seen one late, payment of 30 days really affect someone's score, right?
It's going to ding you by a whole bunch of points.
It really
right?
does. It really does.
So, anything else you can think of? So, obviously, debt to income, right? How many credit cards you have? Have we touched on everything? Mostly?
Mostly.
Sorry, there's a bus in the background. Hopefully that's not too loud.
Sorry. But again,
urban living.
What I say to people all the time is don't be afraid to look at it. Don't be afraid to get with a professional and dive in and see what is there. Because oftentimes we're afraid of it. We're like, oh, it's not that great. And it's actually okay. Or we think it's great and then we realize
not so good.
It wasn't that good. So if you don't know, you can't change it. So be aware of your credit, look at it, look at your gross income and the amounts, the minimum payments that are going out every month, and you kind of get an idea of what your DTI is going to look like.
Now, you can still pull your credit score for free every year, right? Do they still have that free annual creditscore.com? Is that the website?
I believe it is annual,
So you should definitely do that. Pull your credit each year.
I would.
At least.
I would, yeah.
And double check and see if you have anything outstanding that needs to come off.
Remember when you're looking at credit credit for a car versus credit for a home is very different.
How so?
Meaning that it's going to be a more intrusive pull, if that makes any sense. It's a lot more money. Okay. So in lending, $50,000 versus $500,000, I'm going to really dive in.
I'm going to dig deep.
Right. So it's just. You might be like, oh, I bought a car and it wasn't that bad. Well, they also know that they can come and repo that car very quickly. Yeah. It doesn't really happen with a home. And so it's a little bit more of an intrusive pull. And so the score may be lower. Also, Credit Karma is a liar. So please, I'm sorry, but take it with a grain of salt and really do the annual credit pull. You can also, there are 3 credit bureaus. So it's not just TransUnion. It's not just Equifax. So make sure that you're looking across the board. We have to use the middle score. We can't use the highest one, and we can't use the lowest one. We have to
okay. I wasn't aware. Okay, that's
so
good.
that's something that you should know as well.
All right, well, awesome. Thanks so much, my dear.
You're welcome.
Good to see you. Cheers, guys. Make it a good
See ya.
one.